practices, no exhibitions, right up into it. Got to go play a top 10 team in Houston. Now you got a top 10 team in Kansas coming up. Do you feel ready for what's coming up on Thursday?
Yeah, we'll be prepared. We understand each season's a little different. Each journey's a little different. This journey's different in the fact that, the COVID-19 kind of affects some things. But yeah, we'll be there. It's interesting to play Big 12 games in December because it's always been kind of a plan. Over that Christmas break, you start tuning it up, you bring the guys back. So this is just different. It's a level playing field because it's not like we're the only ones doing it. Everybody in the Big 12. There's already been one Big 12 game, TCU and Oklahoma. So it's just different. I think there is an advantage to the teams that have been together longer, but that advantage means nothing when you go out there and play a 40-minute game. It's the team that scores the most points going to win.
With all that has happened, and we've seen it happen with football, all the sports that have been trying to go, and I'm not trying to jinx anything. I mean, I'll look for wood here to knock on. Have you been happy with the way that your program has approached COVID-19 and the bear that it is? With you hear about plans. You guys have had a plan for a long time. Are you happy so far with how that's been executed?
Yeah, I don't know if happy is the word, but
I never can get you to say you're happy, ever.
We have a plan, and we're executing the plan. And the plan has a lot of communication from different people. Grant, who does a great job running all the sports medicine at Texas Tech, and certainly his relationship with the doctors and the trainers and coaches. And then, our doctors communicating with them more than normal. I'm not really in the business of calling doctors and checking in and stuff. They're busy people, but during this COVID, there's been more communication. Gracious to those guys. The doctors, whether it be, Dr. Robertson or Dr. Crawford, Dr. Fye, all the great doctors. I mean, these people are, these are selfless, unselfish people that love Texas Tech. I mean, they've got their own practices going. What they do for Texas Tech isn't a full-time job. Sometimes I wonder why they do it, because it's probably not the free tickets and T-shirt. I think it's a love of the school and a love of student athletes, and we're blessed in that. So all these doctors have gone out of their way to be with us during this unique, once in a lifetime COVID type deal. Our players have had to be very flexible. Our coaches. So what I would tell you is I am pleased that we have a plan. We execute it on a daily basis. We expect the unexpected. So far, so good.
All right, we come back. We're going to focus a little bit more on KU. A few more questions from the internet as well. This is Red Raider Basketball with Chris Beard, presented by Rudy's on the Texas Tech Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
At Texas Tech, innovation is at our core. Grit and determination drive our ambition. Art and culture spur our creativity. We're a community that makes Texas and the world a better place. We're a university where our accomplishments are many, our achievements are global, and our victories are glorious. Texas Tech University. From here, it's possible.
And back here with head coach Chris Beard on his show, presented by Rudy's. Great barbecue starts with the wood, and Rudy's uses 100% oak to smoke their meats. Stop by Rudy's.com and place your curbside pickup or delivery order for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Don't forget about those breakfast tacos. They are delicious to start your day. All right, you guys, done with classwork? How did finals go? How's the academic side, Coach?
Yeah, it went great. Appreciate you asking. Really proud of that. The basketball shows up in the newspaper and the headlines. You don't hear much about our guys academically, but, we're winning at a high level. I mean, we're winning championships academically. We got the 100% graduation rate going as we enter year five now. All of our guys have degrees. The only exception are the guys that have been blessed enough to leave early for professional basketball opportunities. But I'm so proud to report, Davide Moretti took a full load of classes while playing his first half of his first professional season. Passed everything, did great. He's going to try to do it again in the spring and should graduate from Texas Tech in May. You're talking about a guy that's a pro player in the Euro League doing that. It's just amazing. So much respect for Morrow. Jarrett Culver and Zaire Smith, our first two NBA guys, were back in classes this fall. Both took online classes and both are working towards that degree. So proud of that. Ramsey's next. We're going to let Ramsey go ahead and get this NBA deal started, but we'll be hard on him probably beginning this summer to get back in school. So just super proud of that. Our guys this year, we all had a great team GPA. Everybody passed all their classes. So just excited and proud of our guys of what they do academically.
That's fantastic. That is great news. Amazing that those guys can go on and be as busy as they are and still get their classes in. That's really, really good news. KU coming to town. Let's talk Jayhawks. 6 o'clock on Thursday. Agbaji, Braun, Inaruna, Garrett, Harris. They've got your McDonald's All-American and Bryce Thompson, who's averaging 19 minutes a game. Where would you start with the Jayhawks? There are some of those guys that I listed.
I was hoping we were going to get through this show and not have to talk about Kansas. We were rolling.
We were doing good. We had 15 minutes, Coach.
No, so it's another Kansas team. They're the number 5 team in the country. If they would have beat Gonzaga, which was a 1-2 possession game, could have gone either way, then they could very easily be the number 1 team in the country coming into Lubbock. So, in my opinion, they've got 4, maybe 5, but 4 NBA players in their starting lineup. They got a special starting 5 with guys that have played in the Kansas program before. They've got that chemistry. Their redshirt freshman, Jalen Wilson, special. He was at Kansas last year. So all 5 of those guys have been playing together for at least a year. The guys they'll bring in off the bench are really, really good players. There's no drop-off, I think, really from the starting 5 to the guys they bring in. They're playing 10 deep right now. It's one of Coach Self's best and deepest teams, I think. A team that, could definitely play on Monday night.
When I think of Kansas, I think of everything, really. But it seems to me that them in Texas, the bigs always jump out at us. They got David McCormick. He's going for 17 minutes per game. How are they down low this year?
Yeah, it's another Coach Self team. He's going to have that balance. McCormick's a guy that I really respect from the outside because he's run his own race. He basically backed up Doak for 2 years. Yeah. Now it's his time. And he's ready. He's playing great early. Mitch Lightfoot comes off the bench. One of the all-time great Big 12 guys. It seems like he's been playing in the league since 1990.
No doubt.
He's an effort guy. He's a guy I have a lot of respect for. They can also go small ball this year with Jalen and those guys. So it gives Coach Self some real weapons, different ways to play this year. It's another great team. We'll have to play a great 40 minutes of ball. That's what we intend on doing.
What does it take to defend a Bill Self team's inbound plays?
That's a tough one. Yeah, it's a tough one. Coach Self, he's a basketball Hall of Famer. I think a lot of times people misunderstand because you see how good the Kansas players are. That's undeniable. But I think those of us in basketball understand this is arguably the best coach in our game. It has been for a long time. He's one of those guys that can beat you with yours. Just give him 5 players and he can figure it out. But he's blessed enough to be at Kansas where his 5 are normally NBA players.
Yeah.
But he's a great coach. There's no other word around it. Things like out-of-bounds plays, you're basically saying, when he can control the game. Because in an out-of-bounds play, you got a guy standing there, and you can't steal it from him, and he gets to throw it in. So everything out there is devised. There's a lot of things Coach Self can control in those moments. So what we got to do is just be aggressive. We have to be aggressive. I think the team that's more aggressive in this game has an advantage. If both teams are aggressive, which some of these games are getting to where they're good, right? Like, I'm not quite ready to say it's a rivalry yet because we have to do our part of it, but we've held our own a little bit the last couple of years. So if both teams show up aggressive, now it becomes a game where who makes the fewest mistakes. So our first objective is, can we show up and fight? Can we go blow for blow with one of the heavyweight, champions in our game, Kansas? I think we can. That's the expectations. And then it becomes a basketball game. We got to play well.
All right, you ready for the fun questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
No more Kansas?
Nope.
Okay.
You got them covered, though, you think?
Well, I don't have them covered, but
I
answered the questions.
Okay. I've been to ask you this for a long time. Ultimate concert, okay? Any venue, any time of day, any artist, alive or dead.
Yeah, it's a good one. So I've seen a lot of the greats that I like, but somebody that I've always liked is Van Morrison. And I've really tried to see Van Morrison, but he doesn't play much in the States. He plays in overseas, but because of basketball and what have you, I've never had a chance. But I would love to see Van Morrison. In the venue, I'm a small dive bar kind of green hall, blue light here in Lubbock kind of venue guy. But with somebody as good as Van Morrison, how cool would it be to maybe see him in Madison Square Garden?
Center stage, Van Morrison. That would be awesome.
Yeah, in the Garden. That's pretty good, isn't it? Van Morrison's
my
best
tickets?
song no one knows about, Cleaning Windows. Everybody knows Brown Eyed Girl and all that stuff, but
Moondance.
check out Cleaning Windows. It's about a guy that's just really content, and I mean, it's a great song. I listen to Cleaning Windows during the season at least once a week.
Okay. In the song Highwayman, who had the best part, best solo? Willie, Waylon, Johnny Cash, or Chris Christopherson?
Who did the part about the dam builder?
I was a dam builder. That was Waylon.
Whoever that was my favorite part of it. I like all of it. It's an iconic song. But I think whoever had the dam part of it is kind of where it kicks in.
Well, tough guy, right? I mean, he's down there moving cement around and gets buried in it.
There you go.
There you go. Please describe your pregame speech technique for right before you send them out onto the court. That's from Tim in Dallas at Guns Up Radio.
Yeah, so a lot of consistency before games. You know, I think if our team's prepared, we got to go win the game. I'm not a big rah-rah guy. Coach Adams does a great job motivating our guys on game day with a story to provoke some thought. Normally a true story, sometimes not. When he starts talking about his dog Sugarfoot back growing up in Brownfield.
Sugarfoot.
But before the game, there's a real calmness to our team. It's preparation. It's consistency. It's these are the things we have to do. There's a relationship between how we play tonight and what the scoreboard's going to say at the end. But there's not a lot of just rah-rah going on. It's more like, hey, we're prepared. This is what you got to do. Let's go play the game.
Favorite fireside chat? Any of them stand out? Then you're done.
Man, there's been a lot of them. There's been some great ones. We've been blessed to have some special guests. I know this year with the COVID, we haven't been able to do the things we normally do, but I think we got one later this week. We're throwing in the studio. I remember one early on. We were in New York City playing in the Garden. It was either the Seton Hall year or the Duke year. And Avery, my oldest daughter, lives in New York City. And she was with us, and we did a fireside right on the road. And we were kind of in the bicycle lane.
I remember that
and somebody almost got hit during the fireside.
Yeah.
People are honking. Great New York City vibe. But that's one that I think I'll look back on one day and watch because it's pretty cool. I got my daughter. We're here fireside, and we're about to play I think it was either Seton Hall or Duke that year.
Yeah, that was great. I can't remember which one because we kind of had the same routine. You know, we went to some of the same places and going to I think it was the third trip. We got to go down to the World Trade Center, and I remember you and I walking shoulder to shoulder talking about the museum, and it's like, you can't just go in there for 20 minutes. You got to go in there for a day, and one day I'll do that. Coach, appreciate the time.
Thanks, brother.
All right, that's Chris Beard. When we come back, we'll have John Riley. We're going to talk some strength and conditioning here on Texas Tech basketball with head coach Chris Beard on the Tech Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
At Texas Tech, innovation is at our core. Grit and determination drive our ambition. Art and culture spur our creativity. We're a community that makes Texas and the world a better place. We're a university where our accomplishments are many, our achievements are global, and our victories are glorious. Texas Tech University. From here, it's possible.
Hey, welcome everybody back to basketball, our Texas Tech basketball show with head coach Chris Beard, presented by Rudy's. Make a basketball move over to Rudy's, Rudy's.com, to place your curbside pickup or delivery order and enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, Rudy's signature sauces, and delicious sides from your home. Take it from me, a guy that's been to Rudy's a million times. You bring that barbecue home, you are a hero for whoever is waiting at your house. Get the brisket, get the sides, make sure to take some pickles home with you. You can do that. All those things still available at a COVID-safe Rudy's near you, which ours is on the South Loop and Slide. And for over 3 decades, Community National Bank has deployed state-of-the-art technology with the all-important personal touch our customers value. Contact the Lubbock brand today. Community National Bank. We are community. And joining us is strength and conditioning coach, the best in shape dude you know, John Riley. John, how are you, man?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for having me on.
We get to do this at least once a year, so I'm thrilled it's today. It is a lot of fun always to talk to you. Builder of men, John Riley. Man, you're looking good, too. You're svelte. It looks like you've trimmed down a little bit during COVID. Most everybody else has gone the other way. Looks like you're a little bit more slim, huh? Is that the truth?
Yeah, I dropped 20 pounds. I just, I wanted to see how it felt, to drop where I haven't been in over, I think, 12 years. I just wanted to, wanted to challenge myself during this time, and I feel great.
You look great. So we're combined down 50. Give me something.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's go. One of these days, I'm going to run at least 100 yards with you, and then I'll let you go the rest of your 7 miles. It is impressive, and I always just kind of shake my head when you tell me what you've done and how you, how you practice what you preach. That's got to be a huge, important part to your whole game, right? Practicing what you preach.
And absolutely. I mean, you have to be an example to the players, and you have to believe in what you say, committed to it, convicted to it, and so, and that's, I do what I love, and it comes from the heart because this is what I do every day. So, and I think the players feel it when I talk to them, and because it's just part of me, and so, that's my goal is to try to inspire the people that I work with, whether it's the athletes, whether it's the coaching staff, and just be me.
Yeah. Again, talking to John Riley here. I guarantee you, every single soul listening right now, everybody in this room has had to make adjustments for COVID-19. We've all had to change so much. What have you had to change during COVID-19 with how you work?
Well, definitely with the, especially in the off season, just the limited numbers, but really what was unique about that, it was a big transition for a lot of people, but I've always worked out our athletes, in small numbers, from 1 to 2. I like to see every exercise. I don't like to have people slip through the cracks, but it's definitely having to clean the plates. It was very tedious after
So the workout plates, the 45s, yes, the 35s.
The collar, every little thing we were wiping it down. Even if they didn't touch it, sometimes I'm like, man, they breathed on it. Let me just wipe this down just in case.
Bars, treadmills, sweat. I mean, you get in those areas, and then it's a nice place you've got to work out in down here. And I want you to tell me about the Womble across the street here in just a minute. But yeah, man, that's kind of, you got to feel like that's a danger zone. What is that workout area like across the street?
Oh, you know what? Usually I don't like to just tell people, hey, that it's going to be, it's a great facility, but it is the best in the country. I'm going to tell you that.
Number one.
Man, it is just top of the line equipment. We've gone with Sornex, and we've gone with some other equipment too. It is built for basketball, for explosion, for jumping, for reactive pushing off. I mean, we have turf, we have outdoor turf. It's massive. We have like a 25-foot concrete wall in the weight room. It's just massive, and then we also have the weight room in the arena. You combine both. I mean, we have over 10,000 square feet of strength and conditioning space. Yeah, we have a cardio area on the court. I mean, it's great. It is amazing.
When you were first starting out, so where would you say you got your start? What was that first job? The first job.
So I was an intern. Well, kind of my journey. I was an intern, a strength and conditioning intern with Olympic Sports at Brigham Young University, and then. I'll continue on a little bit. Then I went to University of Michigan. I worked with the Olympic staff.
So far you're into some pretty good stuff. I thought you were going to say, I started out at Greenview State or something like that.
Well,
we were pushing tires and sleds around, what you do anyway in football. But
Yep. But I started, then I interned there, but when you start on the field, you're trying to become a graduate assistant, and you're hoping, I need to get this because there's a system. Okay, intern, GA, maybe part-timer, and then your full-time job. But I was unique. I was in a unique situation. So when I graduated, and I ran track in college, I was already married. I had 2 kids already. You know, I'm a grown man already. So, and so I'm like, man, I need to provide for my family. So, so I'm interning at BYU. Then I go to Michigan, and then after that, I go to University of Texas. So I'm from Killeen. So I just thought I'll go to UT, and I'm with football. That's the first time I worked with football, and I'm down there with Benny Wiley, who was a strength coach here at Texas Tech as well, the head football strength coach at one point, and now he's at Oklahoma. And I was there with Coach Madden as well. So, but yeah, so I was there, and I was interning, and then they hired me, part-time eventually, and then that's when I went to North Carolina Central University, my first full-time job.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was there for 4 years, and then I made my way here, so my 5th season.
God is good, man. That's awesome. Great story. And then what I was going to ask you is have you ever envisioned that you would get to work in a place like this? And I would imagine with the way that you think forward, you were like, yeah, I'm going to be working in the Taj Mahal. No doubt about it. I'm going to be working in the Taj Mahal of workout places, and you've made it there. We're going to take a time out. We'll come back, and I want to talk about some of your guys and how their bodies have changed and what you've got going. Kind of the new things in getting these guys ready to play ball, because, man, they are certainly in shape. We're talking to John Riley, and we're back with the Texas Tech basketball with head coach Chris Beard right after this, presented by Rudy's Barbecue on the Texas Tech Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
At Texas Tech, innovation is at our core. Grit and determination drive our ambition. Art and culture spur our creativity. We're a community that makes Texas and the world a better place. We're a university where our accomplishments are many, our achievements are global, and our victories are glorious. Texas Tech University. From here, it's possible.
And we're back on Texas Tech basketball with Chris Beard, presented by Rudy's Barbecue. Thanks to Rudy's always for sponsoring us. Get one of those big refillable cups, take it back in. They come in handy if you want to be a hydrated guy at the house, too. Those Rudy's cups, that's what I always go to mix my sports drinks, are you into seltzer water at all? Kind of the Topo Chico type stuff? Are you into that at all? I'm like,
you know what?
LaCroix.
I've been enjoying stuff like that, like carbonated water a little bit. Yeah. Lately I've just been drinking that and like minerals. That's it. You know, it's like carbonated water and minerals. That's pretty much it.
What I've been doing is getting one of those,
that's my beer. That's my beer when I come home. It's carbonated water.
Yeah, you do. You feel like you're making a drink. But it's those ice drinks. They have several flavors, lemonades and strawberry, watermelon, and whatever.
Yep.
I'll take a little bit of that and mix that together.
I understand.
And that's a treat, man. I tell you, I've just discovered this like a month ago, and now I'm hooked. Absolutely hooked on those carbonated waters. Great barbecue starts with the wood, and Rudy's uses 100% oak to smoke their meats. Stop by Rudy's.com and place your curbside pickup or delivery order for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. John Riley and I talking on a Monday night, a week that features a game with Kansas. Wow, that we're getting that going this fast. There's already been a game played in the Big 12, and more will be played this week. That'll be very interesting. Let's go to Marcus Santos Silva, guy that, an older guy, plenty of experience. He's played over 100 Division I games. How did you go about changing his body a little bit to get him where you want him to be?
Yeah, so when grad transfers come in, especially I look at the program where they came from, and he had a great strength coach where he was at as well. So just playing off of his strengths and what he already knew of, and also just going off of goals. Just because a lot of times you'll see programs where it's coach versus player. It's like it's for us it's player and coach together, and we're going to come up with a game plan that works best. We're going to use statistics within the NBA, whether it's a position or something like that, and then also what the player believes in. And so we'll put those things together. And so with him, we were able to drop he didn't need to drop a whole bunch, but we dropped 10 pounds. He got this is the strongest he's ever been in his life. He squatted over 405 pounds. He's like, Coach, man, I'd even squat 315 pounds, And so things like that. So he's like, Coach, man, I've never felt this strong before. And so, it's always pleasant to see that. And guys just trusting the process. And I love it, man. I love seeing, a guy that is that old that comes in and still able to change their body.
Well, and you know this league so well. You've been here the entire time. You know that Culver's waiting on him, that Shebway's waiting on him.
Correct.
Mark Vidal. I mean, you know what it's going to look like and what it's going to have to take.
That's correct.
Did Mac McClung change at all with him coming in?
Mac was an interesting guy. So he used to be, even 20 pounds heavier, at one point. But in high school, he was a certain weight, and we kind of found a happy medium that would allow him to retain his explosiveness, and that was very important to him. And so that's from diet, from the exercise choices, and actually Matt comes in the weight room a lot. He lifts every game day, believe it or not. And so it's just a process that he believes in. He likes to come in and, Coach, man, let's get it in. So which is very NBA-like, just because of how many games they have in the NBA. So it's really almost like a daily process for him. He likes to come in almost all the time and work on his body. So that was really the big thing, keeping him light and keeping him explosive.
Talking to John Riley here, strength and conditioning coach. Yeah, I'd say Mac's got that explosiveness. That's pretty impressive with what he's got there. And is one of the best things you do taking the young guys, the 17, 18-year-olds, and getting them ready? Because I would think that's a huge challenge, but you seem to come through with it every year. Jarrett Culver comes in, skinny guy. Yep. He's a young guy.
Yep.
That's what they look like. They're babies for the most part. And then by the end of the year, he looks like a completely different guy. Is that one of the things you do best?
Oh, I love it. They make me look like a miracle worker, but I mean, these guys come in so underdeveloped that just having even a basic training program, but it's consistent. I always say toughness is consistency to the guys, and just coming in every day. And a lot of programs, they're so afraid of when it's in season time too. They're afraid of training hard because they're afraid of overtraining, and what happens, they undertrain because of it. So for us, we keep pounding, and these guys actually get stronger towards the end of the year. So we believe in that. Some people think, in the offseason, that's when you're at your strongest. We believe these guys can get stronger throughout the year if we consistently train. And it gets to a point that this is all they know. So if they can't compare it to something else. They're like, so
this
once,
is it.
Yeah. So that's how they just get strong. And when in reality, they look at other places, they're like, man, I didn't know that we lift more than this other program or that program. But that's just part of the process.
What was it like for you to see Coach Beard get his 100th win?
Oh, it was amazing. He's earned it, man. There's going to be so many more. I'm just grateful to work with him. His work ethic, he's amazing. He's the best coach I've ever been around. I love his competitiveness. That's why him and I really get along so well. He gets me and I get him.
Yeah. Do you know that you're now audible with these empty arenas?
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing. You guys have always been into it, but sometimes you try to create your own energy with a little defense chant.
Yeah, that's
Is that something that is planned, or do you go in saying, hey, our guys may need a defense chant today, or is that just organic? Does it just come up?
I think it's a little bit of both. It's needed, but it's just, I feel like sometimes I'm out there and I'm a big fan, and so I'm like their biggest cheerleader. So
it's hard for me too.
Yeah. So I just want to help out in any way I can and just bring in energy. And you can't win without enthusiasm, in my opinion. So you got to talk and I just want to help out the team in any way I can. I got my mask on right now, but I'm trying to hide my smile a little bit. Because one thing that we'll do, and then I'm going to let you go, your Halloween stuff is next level. I mean, do you start planning like right now? I mean, it's not even Christmas. You're like, next Halloween, I'm going to be the Hulk. I mean, give us a couple of the ones you've done, because there's a lot of them have been video game related, like Street Fighter, or what was that? Yeah, so I was Goku. I was Ultimate Warrior this last one. That was interesting. Man, I've been Krillin. I've been so many. I don't Sub-Zero. I've been I've been man, I forgot the Sylvester Stallone movie, Over the Top.
Over the Top.
Yeah, so I was him as well. I was Jafar off of Aladdin. So I mean, there's been so many, man. I can't even.
Dude,
tell you.
it is great, man. I'm telling you, and I know you guys are just in there with a phone, but you make it look so good. I mean, I think you maybe have a career in acting. I don't know, some stunts or something.
We just have fun doing it. The players love it. They just can't wait. Hey, man, it's Halloween. Even former players, they always text me videos and like, hey, it's about that time, coach. You know,
Yeah.
I can't wait. So I just love it. It's all about the atmosphere and keeping it fun.
Well, that's so cool because you have that kind of relationship with them that brings and builds that closeness that you have to have because you are, even though you're supported by Red Raider Nation and you got thousands of people pulling for you, it's you guys in that locker room.
Yep.
You're the ones that handle it. You're the ones that train. You're the ones that get ready for it and go out and fight Kansas like you're going to do on Thursday. So you got to be tight. And I know I appreciate that from you and all your hard work. Keep it up, man. And
Thank you.
maybe go grab a burger or something. No, I'm joking. You look good. You look good.
Thank you.
Thank you, John Riley. All right, that is John Riley, strength and conditioning coach at Texas Tech. We come back and wrap things up right after this on the Texas Tech Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. You're done.
At Texas Tech, innovation is at our core. Grit and determination drive our ambition. Art and culture spur our creativity. We're a community that makes Texas and the world a better place. We're a university where our accomplishments are many, our achievements are global, and our victories are glorious. Texas Tech University. From here, it's possible.
Back to wrap things up here. This is Texas Tech basketball presented by Rudy's. Texas Tech basketball with head coach Chris Beard presented by Rudy's. Make a basketball move over there tonight. Get the brisket, get the ribs, take them home, get the sauces, all the sides. Coach Beard's one of his favorites, the banana pudding. He recommends that highly. And they'll give you the loaf of bread. You can make sandwiches out of the brisket. They've got all the good meats that you want. They also have the store out front. Don't forget those breakfast tacos. Put a little brisket on a breakfast taco with some cheese, some eggs. You will be a happy person, no doubt about it. We've got Kansas coming up on Thursday. 5 o'clock is our pregame show. 6 o'clock will be the tip-off with the Jayhawks. Again, should be a lot of fun. Just to jump right into it, you got to love the fact that you're opening it up at home. Yes, it's Kansas, but man, I'd rather open up at home with Kansas than on the road anywhere in the league. Ochai Ogbaji averaging 9.9 points per game. Jalen Wilson, 11.9. These guys will come in, and the Red Raiders will battle them tooth and nail coming up here in just a few days on Thursday. And again, 5 o'clock will be our airtime. That is going to wrap things up for us here. Thanks to Chris Beard and John Riley. Both did a terrific job. Hit up Rudy's drive-thru, take it home. The crew will be happy. For Alex Seaton, I'm Jeff Haxton. We'll be doing this again next Monday. Get ready for it then, as we'll talk to Coach Beard, hopefully after some W's. Until then, God bless, guns up, and good night from Lubbock.